All right, it's 11:30. I want to thank you so much for joining us here on our streaming platform. So maybe it's the Fox 26 News app. Maybe it is our website at fox26houston.com. Welcome. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and download the Fox Local app. Now, it's not an app for your phone. It's an app for your smart TV. So just head to your Roku or your, well, what else is there? There's Fire TV. Some people have the Apple TV, really fancy folks. Search Fox Local. And then you can get our content. There's no sign up. You don't have to give your email address. There's no passwords, nothing like that. You'll get all of our weather, all of our news, all of our extra streaming content for free onto your TV. So right now, it's getting windy. I'll tell you what, it's definitely not at all surprising, right? We talked about it all morning, how it was going to get windy and much drier. Right now, this impresses me as a meteorologist more than anything else, and that is the dew point, because when we began this morning at 4 a.m., the dew point, I believe, was 61 degrees. Now it's down to 35, so that's very dry air that has moved in, courtesy of these north and northeast breezes. So right now in Houston, a northeast breeze at 19 miles per hour. Look at that relative humidity right now. It's 11:31 in the morning, humidity of 34%. That's going to get down below 30%. Later on today. In Richmond, good late morning to you guys. North-northeast wind at 21 miles per hour. Got some sunshine there, 65 degrees. Friendswood, 22 mile per hour breeze with a current temp of 64. It's about 65 in spring and really just feeling good. So we'll have dry winds throughout the remainder of the day today. Like I said, very, very dry humidity this afternoon, which is going to allow the ground to finally start to not be so soggy out there, and then puddles are going to dry up and so forth. A brief round of rain is on the way for late this week. It most likely looks like Thursday. All right, temperatures round up across the area right now. Good late morning to you right now in League City and in Texas City, currently 63 degrees and very slowly rising. These temperatures are only about 4 or 5 degrees warmer than they were early this morning. Right now, 65 for you in Tomball, about 66 in Cypress and in Katy, and then roughly the same Missouri City is reporting 66 degrees right now. Now, these numbers behind me are wind speeds, and these aren't the wind gusts. These are just the observed average wind speeds. They actually take a 1 minute average to give you what the wind speed is, because you know the wind is always changing a little bit. 26 miles per hour down there on Galveston Island with the winds coming in from the north-northeast. Right now it is particularly breezy at Intercontinental Airport with the northeast wind at 23 miles per hour. When you look at the wind gusts, those are the brief bursts of wind, what's technically called the instantaneous wind. 31 mile per hour wind gust recently measured there at Bush Intercontinental Airport. 36 mile per hour wind gust down there on Galveston Island. Palacios, 34. So it is a small craft advisory kind of day. You don't want to be out there on the bays at all through the day today. Now there's a little bit of green coming at us from the west here on radar. I think that's going to result in some clouds for us heading into the afternoon. I don't expect it to rain in Houston. It's not impossible that it could just mist briefly, but I just don't think a lot of this is going to be hitting the ground just because of how dry the air is and these north winds that we continue to see. The best chance for seeing any rain hitting the ground is going to be for communities south of Houston, around Wharton, El Campo, maybe Bay City. But we'll keep an eye on this and see if maybe we get a tiny, tiny sprinkle, but I think it's probably not going to reach the ground. All right, let's talk about weather where you live and high temperatures today. It is going to be pretty pleasant, I would say, actually slightly below average for this time of the year. City of South Houston, 69 degrees for a high temperature. Roughly the same here for Channelview, for Pasadena, Bel Air, LaPorte, and Clear Lake. Feeling good with a high of around 68 and about 67 or so out there in the Hockley and Cypress area. Low temperatures tonight. It is going to get on the chilly side, especially to the north and west, where we'll probably have a little bit less cloud cover and a little bit less wind. So Cypress down to about 42 tonight. Spring and Atascocita about 44. Downtown Houston, most likely upper 40s. Also upper 40s heading down here to around Clear Lake at 48 degrees for a low temperature tonight. And then max temperatures tomorrow will probably be on the cool side. Again, our average, this time of the year, we would be in the low 70s, maybe middle 70s, and instead we are going to be topping out in the 60s tomorrow. About 65 for Pasadena, about 67 for Bel Air and Jersey Village, and about 66 out in the Katy area. So here's what's happening on the satellite and radar. The reason you're starting to see white showing up here is that's the visible satellite kicking in with the sun shining. You can see it during the sunlight, daylight hours, I should say. And that is sending some cloud cover in our direction. So yes, it might be sunny out there right now, but it should become mostly cloudy by the afternoon, which also is going to limit how much warming we have going on. All right, switch in remotes right now because we're checking out a more detailed look at some of the wind gusts that we're seeing. 31 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour, 36. So it definitely is a hold on to your hat kind of day out there. We don't have a wind advisory at this point. I don't think we will. But we do have marine advisories, and so definitely discouraged from doing anything out there on the water today. Forecast humidity taking us through the remainder of the day. So as I just showed you, our humidity was down to 34%, 35% right now, and that should continue to drop through the afternoon. With very low humidity in place, that little bit of green that's showing up on the radar is going to have a really hard time hitting the ground. Could get down to about 30% humidity heading into the afternoon. So weather where you live right now, those temperatures are pretty pleasant, I would say. I mean, League City at 67, Webster at 65 right now, about 65 also in Tomball. Belleville really picking up the pieces for you guys. I know y'all got slammed with that, anticipated hailstorm that we had on Friday. A lot of wind damage out there too, and just a reminder that even if there's not a tornado warning in effect, a severe thunderstorm warning can be equally as dangerous because of straight line wind damage. So that is definitely something to be aware of. Across the state of Texas right now, we do have some chillier air in place out there around Amarillo at 49 degrees, and that is going to be moving in our direction tonight, and like I said, resulting in low temperatures down into the 40s. Nowhere near freezing, obviously, but a bit on the brisk side. A little bit of green showing up there with some light precipitation just off the barrier islands of Matagorda County, and then some light reflectivity coming in past Victoria. But as this moves closer to us, we'll end up getting the cloud cover from it and not really that much of the rain. Rain mostly staying off of our coastline. All right, the rain that is moving in is still one last gasp, I suppose, of the jet stream that was so active for us for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's actually resulting in a little bit of precip actually hitting the ground there between Corpus Christi and San Antonio, and that's where the thunderstorm chances are today. You see this light green showing up. That's where there's an opportunity for the atmosphere to produce some thunder, but that's way down our coastline. And like I said, the rain that's moving in is sort of competing with the drier air that's coming in too. So it's going to stay kind of breezy to windy for the rest of the day today. A few very light rain showers are possible for Wharton, El Campo, maybe even around the Lake Jackson area, and temperatures will stay stuck in the 60s. So right now we're in the mid 60s. Maybe we get up to 67, 68, a couple spots maybe 70, but probably not. I think most of us will stay stuck in the 60s. 50s this evening. Maybe got baseball practice or something like that scheduled for this evening. It is going to be on the brisk side, not extremely cold, but definitely brisk with the wind. Chilly lows tonight down into the 40s, and then for tomorrow, a mostly cloudy and cool Tuesday with another chance for a couple of really, really light sprinkles down to the south of Houston. All right, let me step out of the way here. It's a lot of numbers here when we take a look at the 7-day. I know sometimes it's hard to digest a little bit. So today, breezy and dry, high temperature around 68, those winds out of the north at about 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight down to around 47. Tomorrow, by the way, is the spring equinox. Technically, spring begins tomorrow night at 10:06 p.m. So it's really just spring for about 2 hours tomorrow, but it is the start of spring. Middle 60s for high temperatures as we head into Wednesday. Remaining mostly cloudy, very slight chance for showers there. High temperature around 71. Thursday, it looks like we're going to get one more little fast-moving impulse in the jet stream. It's probably not going to be as convective, as dynamic and crazy as it was on Friday, because we won't really have as much moisture. It's not going to be as warm. It's not going to be as unstable, but it does look like a blanket of rain around here on Thursday. The models have been very consistent on that. That'll be followed up by some clearing on Friday, and taking a look ahead at the weekend, I know it's a ways off. It looks like it's going to be windy this weekend. It'll be a south wind kicking in, which means more humidity kicking in as well. So just keep that in mind for Saturday and Sunday. Hope you'll stay with us here on this platform or joining us on the air for Fox 26 News at noon. That's coming up for you in 20 minutes. Hope to see you then.